All right, this wet pattern's not done yet across the north coast. We've got another rainmaker headed our way for tomorrow, which will turn to showers through the day on Thursday. Should be out of here by Friday. Looks like we expect a break for the weekend. There, there's some silver lining on the horizon. But look at the state here, all the way down to Monterey Bay. Copious amounts of rain. The bulk of the moisture continues to move ashore to our south across the Bay Area, and thankfully holding together up into the high country where it's producing lots of snow. Good news for the water reservoirs and the snowpack here up on the north coast. We caught our share today, but again, we're the very northern edge of it here. As you can see, just a lot of rain crossing through central and southern California. Rainfall amounts have been similar. We were looking at 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches. I saw some spotty locations down in the Bay Area with 2 inches to 1.25 inches. Same thing down in Los Angeles. For us, it's not that big a deal. We're kind of used to it. But down south, of course, that's more than copious. That's flooding rain for them. As we saw temperatures today in the mid to low 50s here, Gasky managed to get to 57. Hooper Valley, much cooler, upper 40s out there. Rainfall totals, let's take a look at them. The last 24 hours, just about 1.25 inches or just over that, almost 1.5 inches. In Trinidad, Willow Creek's 2 inches, that's the storm total over the last 3 days or so. But you see how quickly it tapered off into the Redding area today, just 1/2 inch there. Mount Shasta, pretty wet there, 2 inches of slush and snow. Snow levels dropping tonight down to about 3,000 feet. So we will see more snow in the local high country. I got a call from Barb up at Neeland. She says it looks like snow down to about 2,000 feet on Neeland Mountain. And also rainfall amounts in Carlotta, according to Yvonne, about 4.25 inches of rain has fallen in the last 24 hours in Carlotta. So there are some spots where we're picking up more than what you just saw on the board there. Again, this has been a pretty good rainmaker for the entire state. The next one lurking just offshore. The bulk of that will once again cross to our south. We'll look for the rain to taper off through the day tomorrow, turning to showers on Thursday. Snow levels lowering, as I mentioned, to about 3,000 feet. Most of this moisture will remain to our south, as has been the pattern of late. Now, we started talking about that in September. Again, this is an El Nino year, and this is one of the scenarios that you often see historically in El Nino years where Southern California picks up the bulk of the moisture, and indeed this year that's playing out. That's all the hype that you see on the internet and here and there. This is not unexpected. This was one of our scenarios for the winter, and it's panning out this week. Taking a look at the computer models, they're on board with this as well. The entire state showing up wet. There goes the bulk of the moisture into the Bay Area and southward. By tomorrow night, it starts to turn to showers, continuing on and off into Thursday. And by Friday, we'll see that break I mentioned, which should hold through the weekend. Overnight, we'll look for our lows in the mid-40s range pretty much throughout the area, low 40s out across the interior with daytime highs tomorrow. Low 50s at the coast, into the upper 40s to low 50s out across the interior. And in the offshore waters, well, we've got gale warnings and wind advisory, high surf advisory, southeasterly winds again, 25 to 30, gusting to 40. Now those winds will ramp up with tomorrow's frontal boundary early in the morning and then taper off through the afternoon. So look for another gusty blow out there first thing in the morning as we see cloudy and rainy through the day. This next system actually looks to be the wettest of the three that we've seen this week. But again, most of that is aimed to our south, so I'd look for another 1 to 2 inches of rain across the north coast by this time tomorrow night. And the showers will not end until late Thursday, mainly maybe early Friday out across the interior. But the weekend, there you go. There's your silver lining. Hang in there. We'll get a break with more rain expected by early next week. Out across the interior, that snow level is dropping to about 3,000 feet, a little lower in some colder valleys. But again, there will be lots of snow in the mountains, so winter travel warnings and advisories are up throughout the state. Good week to stay home. Let's take a look right now at our 3-degree contestant, Ronald Owings of Fortuna, who wins a desk clock from Corky over Redwood Coast Cellular. So there's $60 in the prize pool for Deborah Henry of Fortuna coming up tomorrow night.
I think many of us have forgotten what a normal winter is here on the North Coast.
It's been a while, but this is certainly, typical North Coast. Yeah. That's why we all wear those knee-high boots.
That's right. A lot of us have put those away, though.
It's been a while. It's been a while, but this is we're at 88% of normal on the year, so we're still below normal, but This is a classic North Coast winter.
All right.
I don't know about you guys. I'm ready for summer.
Yeah. It gets old in a hurry.
Yes, it does. And now Manny Machado joins us with sports. And Manny, a big game coming up for the HSU girls.
Yeah, the Lady Jacks getting ready to take on the 7th-ranked team in the nation in UC San Diego. We do return tonight. The Giants' Tim Lincecum is about to break the bank at the Australian Open. Serena and Venus Williams are both moving on to the next round. Now their U.S. snowboarder will miss the upcoming Winter Olympics. Stay with us. Sports is next.
Weather 24 hours a day. Go to KIEM-TV.com and click on the weather webcast for your North Coast weather and forecast. Brought to you by Blue Lake Casino.